Alrighty, I should be live and good to go. Before I start, I just have a couple things I want to say. One, I am working on finishing up the touches to the Discord server that I was making. I don't think I'll have it ready by tonight, but I'm finishing up roles and creating channels and just trying to make it at least presentable. So here before too long, I'll start including, like in the channel description somewhere, a link to the Discord just so we can, just so I have a way to actually interact with people outside of just streaming, and then I don't have to also post that I'm going live in random servers that I'm in. Along with that, the first stream from this hero mode playthrough, I finally put up on YouTube. It was an annoying edit to do because that one was the one that didn't have the chat on the live stream, so I had to do a makeshift, like, last-second edit to get it to work. But I got it. It looks fine enough. It looks fine enough to upload, but after tonight, I'm gonna try to get the second one from last night and then this one up as well, just so they're archived, because I know Twitch only keeps these streams for maybe I think it's 7 days. But on top of that, something I noticed that annoyed me was myself in the first stream in particular. I have a bad habit of saying and like and using just filler words, and oh my gosh, I got on my nerves so much. I'm gonna try to work on it. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but I'm gonna try to work on it and not let myself resort to umming and awing and liking whenever I'm struggling to find something to say. But it's a work in progress. It's one of those things where as I continue to stream and practice just a little bit and get used to this, I'm hoping that I'll get out of that habit. I don't know. I hope it doesn't come off as incredibly annoying to the point where it bothered people. Well, there I go again, umming. Let's see. I'm adjusting my audio really quick because in OBS it's showing it's peaking just a little bit. I think that sounds good enough. Whenever someone actually comes in here, they can tell me how it sounds. If I sound too quiet, too loud. But tonight, I don't know how long I'm going to go for. It's because I don't work tomorrow. I have all night, really. It's going to come down to how much energy I've got. But ideally, I want to get through at least all of the vanilla stuff. Because, well, and I'm obviously going to showcase some of the glitches that let us actually make progress. Because, well, and I'll also go ahead and showcase the stuff that's would normally be blocking us from making progress. So I'm going to try to cover a lot of bases here. Let's see. Pull up the game. Okay. Alright, move that mouse out of the way. Got Twitch chat pulled up on my phone, so anyone who says anything, I'll be able to answer you. Let's go ahead and do this. I accidentally hit my save state button. That's hilarious. Okay. So where we left off last night was right before entering into Chapter 3. So I guess, here, I'll make a save state here. I got the blimp ticket. So let me start by showing why in hero mode, you are not able to make progress normally. I'll make the save state here, actually, because of the start piece. So, obviously in vanilla, you'd ride the blimp, you would get the cutscenes for the start of chapter thing, and then you'd land in Glitzville and all would be fine. But, unfortunately, Reed was smart, and thought, oh, okay, how am I going to stop people from making progress? Let's just watch. So everything up to this point's normal, about what you'd expect. pulling up the stream really quick just to see. What's up, CGM? Welcome to the club. Okay. Yeah, I just started, so you haven't missed anything yet. I'm just, I'm showing off right now all of the things that are supposed to, like, keep us from making progress. And obviously this is the first one. Credits. Hero mode, again, was smart. He put in this to make sure you couldn't get into Chapter 3. I'm not going to play the whole credits because it just take too long. But what ends up happening is you end up coming back into Rogueport, and then it's like you're still in a post-Chapter 2, pre-Chapter 3 state, but you can never actually ride the blimp. So, that stops us from making progress. We cannot get into Chapter 3 that way. Yeah. I know you know the CGM, I'm just kind of explaining it for anyone else who ends up seeing it, for anyone who doesn't know. Because I remember you were here the night we figured all this out. Oh, that was a very long 6 hours, but it was definitely worth it. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and sleep really quick at the end just to get my stats back. Okay, so that's... The blimp is the first blockade, so it's okay, hey, you can't get through that. I will go ahead and show off something else as soon as I sleep. Hang on. Just out of curiosity, CGM, since you're watching the stream, I know the chat I have off to the right. As far as size, is it readable enough, or do you think it's a little bit small? Because I was sitting here looking at it, and at least on my phone it's a little bit small, but I don't have the stream full screened, obviously. So I have the chat kind of visible. You think it's good? Okay, cool. Alright. That makes me happy, because I don't want to mess with that stuff anymore. I'm not good at aesthetic in, like, designing things. That's not my thing. So, sitting there trying to just make a basic chat show up on stream honestly stressed me out so much. But, it's fine. Okay. I did not want to go down there. Okay. Go back, Mario. Okay, so, as I said, we can't ride the blimp. In Chapter 7, talking to any of the NPCs there don't actually update your sequence. So going to Chapter 7 early does nothing. There's no way to actually make progress in Chapter 7. And the last thing that like I initially thought was doing teleport a room early. For those who aren't familiar, there's a weird, like, I don't know how to explain it. There's a small gap in this door, basically, that if you do, like, an unspin jump... I'm terrible at it, unfortunately. I think I'm in the right spot for it. CGM, you'll probably know better than me. Yeah, I hate it so much. If I can't get it after maybe a minute, I'm just going to use the walk through walls, because there's nothing that doesn't work anyway anymore, so but I want to do it legitimately if I can. Like, I don't know how to get the actual unspin while I'm in the air. You know what? Thank you, you're a genius. I'm gonna do it this side because I can actually see. That pillar was blocking me. I can't believe I forgot about plane mode. Okay. Okay, that was a bad unplane. That was a good one, okay. Okay, so we clip in. We're gonna go ahead and open the door. And then I'm gonna go in. So, again, in vanilla, you can do that glitch with an unspin clip, but I'm just bad at it. Here's the thing, though. Reed also thought ahead. I'm making a save state here, just to make sure. You go in, and unfortunately, title screen. It's a title screen warp. So that doesn't work. So that was the two immediate methods that I had thought to try taking off the table. Just going to chapter 3, which obviously wasn't going to work, and then that. The last thing I had to try were the blue pipes. Now I will say there's a reason that I am using Hero Mode V4.0 V4.0.0 instead of 4.0.1 onward. Because in those versions, Reed removed these blue switches. So, here, if I climb up here, however, I'm able to do this. Now, there's a problem, though. How do we get up there? Because Reed, once again, thought ahead. And there's no, like, at least it's not that I know of, there's no way to sneak in here with Mario, nothing like that. So, I ran my... Oh, what's up, hero? Welcome to the club. You're getting here just at the good part. Went over kind of explaining all the reasons why going to Chapter 3 early, or, you know, maybe even Chapter 7 don't work. You know, teleporter room, blimp doesn't work. But here. There is one more thing that we were able to do. And unfortunately, it's going to require some Goombella buffering, so give me a second. This trick is ridiculous and probably not repeatable within reason, at least, without save states. But it's possible by technicality. And I'm not getting any Goombella buffers. Okay, nice. Can I just go through? No, okay. Oh, there's one. Another one. Not enough. Not quite. That's not enough, is it? Nope, not quite. Need a little bit more. Beefing up prologue? Heck yeah. We'd love to see it. I am excited to get to check out the new thing whenever you're ready for it to be playtested. Oh, that was a good one. Am I in? Nope. Still not. This trick is just so boring. There's nothing, like, interesting to... Okay, here we go. Alright, here's the part where things start getting crazy. I am now outside of the loading zone. I am going to, change my camera's position here so everyone can actually see what's happening, because it's no fun if you can't see it. Okay. So. Up a little bit. Back up. The camera doesn't like to follow. So, you'll notice there's a wall here. So, on its own, okay, wouldn't seem like it'd do anything, right? Well, check this out. You plane mode, you clip up above the wall so it lets you fly through. And now from here, if anyone remembers the trick from... Oh, where was it? The trick to get into Spike Shield room early. You'll remember where I had to do a corner jump to get from the side wall to the back wall. I'm doing the same thing here. Right now I'm on the side. So if I walk forward, I just fall off. I can't... the wall that's behind me, or I guess behind Mario from camera position, still has collision. So I need to do a corner jump, which is ridiculous because there's a ceiling, and that ceiling eats my jump. Oh, I had it too. Hang on. I had it. Not quite. Hang on a second. Let me get my... Oh, there we go. Okay. Mario is now outside of that back wall. I'm going to try to get him back. Yeah, his fist visible just so everyone can see where he's at. Because, again, I want to try to make this actually entertaining. Okay, from here, you'll see I'm right here. I'm going to move the camera again. So, you cannot see the walls from this perspective because obviously they're not textured. But, hang on, is my mouse visible? Yes, it is. Okay. Here and then here are two different walls again. So, hang on, let me position this backwards just so I can show this. What I need to do now is get Mario from where he's standing here to this wall here without coming back into bounds. So, hang on, my controls being, since my camera's backwards, the controls are inverted. This will take me a try. So I'm going right. I think I made it. I did. Okay. Hero, I've tried that. I'm pretty sure this wall, because the loading zone isn't quite wide enough to cover all of this, so I think I'm pretty sure it treats this like a double-sided wall. I don't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure the game's treating this, because the loading zone isn't quite as wide. Like, it's right here, basically, this little section that it's treating as a double-sided wall. I think. I can test it later, but anyways. With Mario where I'm at now, I need to walk towards the camera until I fall off. Okay, yep. And then, one more time, we need to do another corner jump. It might be easier if I invert the camera at this point. Hang on a minute. Yeah, okay. Right here. Well, a little bit higher. Right there. Save stated. That's back in bounds. We don't want that. We don't want that. Can I get any further? I can. Okay, I made it again. Let me reset the camera and re-angle it here. Walk back in bounds. Okay, well, no, not walk back in bounds. I just want to make Mario visible. I want to make Mario visible, not... Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So from here, we walk, and I walk back in bounds. Bam. And then we have the final hurdle. This one was fairly easy. I'll go ahead and go back out here now so you can see. I am now on the back seam near this. So let me show you a couple of things that don't work first, and then I'll show you how we came to the conclusion. One, in here, so this is actually solid, even though it's like technically inside of the wall here. Hang on, even though I'm inside of this right now, it's still solid. Yep, do that. So, that's not the right way. Camera's inverted. This is solid too. And if I run to the right, it's solid. So the question became, okay, what about like plane moding and trying to get a good, you know, plane mode? But if you look, doesn't matter. Mario is not close enough to reaching that. I know a method was found by like, it was something about timing your airplane with the elevator right as it goes up, and if you did it at just the right height, you could get a single jump. But that was... You think this is task level stuff that I was doing just to get back here? No, that is ridiculous. I could never replicate it. And I was determined to find a better way to do this. So here's the problem here. If I run right now, you'll notice, well, so if I run, like, well, so this is left, but, like, this is camera left, but actual room right. You'll notice I get pushed off whenever the block is down. However, well, yeah, here, let me go back, because I want to show this off bit by bit. Here, it's solid. The block goes, you know, the block is solid. Here, however, I can walk under it. But you notice, once again, it pushes me out. However, that's not the right way. If I walk into this, walk back into the camera, watch the camera. Free elevator ride. So, in short, you need a Goombella buffer past the loading zone, do a corner jump outside the loading zone, follow the back wall, wait until this is up, from the back wall, walk into it, and then just get a free ride up. And from that point, I can activate the blue pipe in Chapter 5, which I don't really need, but I'm gonna activate it anyway. Because it's fun. And you know what? We're gonna take this too. Take that D down pound. However, what happens next is silly. Let's grab FP+. Okay. So let's establish really quick. Once again, I cannot go to Chapter 3. You can tell I'm in a pre-Chapter 3 state because Glitzville on the map has not been made visible. I can't read its area, and it's still showing this here. This is where things start getting fun. For anyone who knows about vanilla glitches, you might have an idea of what's about to happen. If you go... Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna go collect some stuff. Because for reasons we're gonna go into later, I will not be able to come back here. Or, I guess that's not true. I can come back here, but if I come back here instead of following the route to beat the game gets locked out, basically. So, this is my one time I get to visit this part of Chapter 6. Actually, this is the one time I'm going to be visiting Chapter 6, period. I don't think we've ever... I don't know, I've never seen that guy. I've never seen that retexture. Anyway, grab the star pieces. I don't need the badges that are here, but I just think it's fun to grab them while we're here, you know. Another HP drain P. Okay. And then there's this. Oh, read. Either I grabbed that and just forgot, or it's empty. I don't remember. There's nothing else. Yeah, the only other thing that I could potentially try to get, I don't think it's possible though. There is the single shine sprite over here, but I don't think I gain... Yeah. Yeah, okay, like I can't clip up from underneath it and hit it, so I'd have to have jump storage here. That's fine. So, once again, we establish... Even though I came through this, you'll notice it's not appearing on the map. It's because I'm still in a chapter, like, a pre-chapter 3 sequence. We read this note. And then, here we go. Cutscene plays out like normal. Come on, Mario. There we go. Alright. With that little change, I am now in a Chapter 6 sequence. The game now thinks I am here. So the question then becomes, okay, cool. Why don't we just break into here, go get the Crystal Star, and call it a day? Well, one, okay. Actually, no. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't know if you can even get here, but you can. You can use the save block back in the first room with jump storage and jump storage up here and get up. But that's not the actual problem. I don't have a jump storage save file on hand, so I'm just gonna, like, kinda... Okay, the switch is gone. How can I cheese this without... Hang on, I know. Alright. So for the sake of showing it off, because I think it's kind of important. Oh, I don't have a way to... Hang on a minute. Actually, I don't. I don't think this pipe is active. No, it's not. Is there any way... Hang on. If I get up here, can I plane mode and make it up? Or is it too low? I'm inclined to think it's too low. Okay. This is an interesting predicament where, because I don't have jump storage, I'm going to have a hard time actually showing off why this doesn't work. But I'd hate to just leave it at explain it and call it a day. So... yeah, but whenever I do that, the switch falls and then is gone. And that's not what I want either. Okay. I'm very curious what'll happen, because I could reload the game really quick. Hang on a second. Let me see if this works. Use code. Here. Let's try this. Okay, no, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Yeah, this is just my walkthrough walls code, don't worry about this. I don't know what happens if I close the tab that I'm streaming on Twitch to change the codes I have active really quick, just to show this off. I'm afraid to find out. I don't want the stream to end. Okay. Okay, I hate to say it. I don't think I can show it off right now, just because I don't know what's going to happen and I don't want to break it. So here, I'll give a run through. Once you get into the back area, you know you go grab the crystal star, and then once you leave the sanctum, it'll do the Peach and Bowser interlude. The Peach interlude is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing breaks. The Bowser interlude has a weird quirk. In hero mode, Reed is removing, or at least in hero mode in the areas that have been changed so far, Luigi's been removed. So any instance where he's supposed to appear, any code that or any script that makes him show up, he doesn't. This includes in Rogueport Center, Central Rogueport, the room with the news and the shop and all that. I'm sure as everyone remembers, in vanilla, what happens is Bowser comes on screen, does his little speech, walks off, and then Luigi walks on, does the question mark, look around, walk off screen. Well, Luigi's not in the game anymore. So there is a consequence to this. It is a permanent softlock. You can't get through it. There's nothing you can do. You'll sit there and wait for Luigi to show up on screen. After Bowser walks off screen, he never will. I've tried letting the game run for genuinely hours, just to see if maybe it would eventually go through, and the answer is just no. No, it does not. So, grabbing Crystal Star number 6 is impossible in hero mode. You cannot, well, let me rephrase, it's not impossible, but grabbing it is a permanent softlock. Well, if you save. If you don't save, then you'll just come back to wherever you saved last out here, but this creates another problem. How am I supposed to get to Chapter 7 in the moon, and then, because let's establish the goal. The goal was to get to Chapter 8 and beat the game. Obviously, right now, I have skipped Chapters 3, 4, 5, and most of 6. The only way to open the 1,000-year door is to have finished Chapter 7's cutscenes, come back through the teleporter, and then do the Frankly thing and go to the door. The door will never open if you are not on the exact right sequence. And clipping behind the door, the loading zone is not there until the door has been opened. They thought ahead, unfortunately. So this raised the question, and this is where we were stuck for years. Because we discovered this stuff, I want to say 2 years ago. Everything we've seen up to this point, we knew about. We knew we could get to Chapter 6. And just to kind of spoil ahead a little bit, we knew we could get to chapters 3, 4, 5 as well. I'll show that off here in a minute. But this was always the lock point right here. Chapter 6. We couldn't get through it. The Sanctum was pointless. So that raised the question then, what do we do? For right now, I'm going to go ahead and show you what the next step here was. It is so silly. I don't remember who discovered this. Hero CGM, if either of you were here. Do we remember who discovered the blimp ticket cutscene thing? Because that was a massive discovery at the time. Since I'm going into Chapter 3, let me do just a hyper-offensive loadout here, because there's no reason to be playing defensive when everything is just free. I can rest between battles, so I should just go full offense and make it quick. But here. This is the first big thing that was discovered. Again, this is still years ago. But this is the first thing that we discovered that ended up giving us at least some ideas. So you might be asking yourself, what's different? I mean, other than being in a Chapter 6 state now instead of a pre-Chapter 3, again, just to show it off, Chapter 6, what's different? Well, I'll make a save state really quick. So, just to explain it, for those who don't know, when you're going to Glitzville for the first time, you cannot skip the intro cutscene. It will show it every time without fail. However, when you're revisiting, you can press A to skip the cutscene. And that cutscene skip is what lets us get here. It is incredibly silly, because the game thinks, since I'm in Chapter 6, that I've already been here, so the first time cutscene will not play. It has no reason to play. And since that's the case, here we are. I'm able to do whatever... basically whatever I want now. I'm not in a Chapter 3 sequence yet. That comes later. But I'm at least in Chapter 3. So the first big hurdle's been crossed. Fortunately, this is where things get really boring for a while. Well, boring at least until we get to a certain point a little later on. I'll try to make it faster. I might even use the speed up. I know it may not look as good on the Twitch stream, but I'll probably end up doing it just so we don't have to sit here and watch 3 vanilla chapters for hours. Let's see, what does this shop sell? Is this shop actually modified? Well, sort of. So the first thing that we found out when we came here is that the game is a little bit confused at the moment. Since I'm in a Chapter 6 state, and it's my first time here, it doesn't quite know what to do. These guys, you know, won't let me buy. They'll just say you're welcome anytime. We quickly discovered a way to solve this problem. Because again, and as you know, you can re-enroll in the Glitz Pit after a certain point in the base game. But they won't let me buy. So, a silly little thing that solves this problem. As soon as I get there. I'm also going to grab the star piece down below really quick, just round out. Bam. Skip the cut. Well, we don't have to skip the cutscene here. This is more just a convenience thing. We do the ride back. We ride back again. And you might be asking, okay, why did I do that? The answer is that it changes things. Observe. We can talk to this dude here. Actually, I could go in here now and grab some stuff, but I don't know how much I care right now, because I gotta do it again later in the chapter anyway. We talk to Jolene. Again, I'm gonna start using speed up from here on out, just for the sake of making this go faster. Back here. Yep. So, from this point, I've re-enrolled as a fighter. Again, you might be asking the question right now, well, what does this do? You know, I'm still, just to clarify, in a Chapter 6 state. Nothing has changed. Fortunately, nothing's going to change for a while. How much is power plus? 4. Ooh. As I level up, I'll start equipping some of the power badges I get. This thing is obviously broken into right now because the game thinks I'm in a Chapter 6 state. 5 turns or less. Okay, I can do that. I actually have to pay attention to the conditions because I do need to beat Chapter 3 now. Alright, you'll notice Grubba's on stage. Fortunately, so even though these guys are recolored, they are vanilla enemies, and this will be the case for pretty much everything going forward. Again, you may think, okay, he just did a cutscene with Grubba and triggered the events, but you'll notice Jolene's the one who, you know, well, that's normal, but you'll notice still in Chapter 6, nothing has changed. And as I said, nothing changes for a minute. I'm gonna have to play through Chapter 3 for a while. Okay, condition. Don't use your jump, didn't plan on it. So yeah, I'm gonna just be abusing Frigid Force and defeating pretty much everything here early on. And I'm gonna use speed up just to make it not take forever, because just to spoil, I will be playing the game up through Chapter 5. You'll notice I have the Yoshi egg now though, but once again, Chapter 6, nothing's changed. That's the last time I'm going to show it, just because I don't want to do it literally every single time, but nothing will be changing for a minute. Don't use your jump, didn't plan on it. Bam. I will say, I am going to do something really quick. Since Flurry is going to be basically using the same move, I'm going to give her... Hang on. Easy. I'm going to give her the Power Plus P, just to help make fights go by a little bit faster. No items? That's fine with me. If I use items in vanilla at this point, I'm silly. Or at least this early in vanilla. Okay. Don't use any items. Make sure my stream's actually still good. Yes. Wonderful. Okay. The speed up is really nice, because being able to run the game at just shy of 300 FPS instead of 60 means I'm getting through this 5 times faster. So this 3-hour-long process can be like 30 minutes. Condition, don't use any FP. Well, good news for you! I don't use FP with Flurry. This is actually going to be an interesting test, because if that move made me fail that condition, I'm going to have to let Reed know, because I know, obviously, the new Shadow of Power is going to be completely different than what Hero Mode is, or at least it's going to be vastly changed. That's not going to change the fact that... That's not going to change the fact that if HP using moves still fail FP conditions, he's going to have to keep that in mind. So let's find out. Okay, nope, it did not. Cool. Just a small thing to consider. You'll notice, again, I am making quick work of all of this. Take damage from your opponent at least 5 times. Oh, you are stinky. That didn't hurt. That's 1. That's 2. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be defending. That's just making this worse. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Flurry. Sick 'em. My uncle works at Reed. Grubble will kill you if you fail his condition. I mean, the Rockhawk battle gives you a condition you don't have to meet. Could you imagine that failing you? That'd be kind of funny. Okay. I thought I saw 5 turns or less in that quick text box, but I don't know. I might just be making stuff up. Okay, no, I'm making stuff up. Don't worry about me. So, yeah, we're quickly showing off why Hero Mode partners are busted against Vanilla. I have had to try once, and that was to meet the condition, not win the battle. I wouldn't have it any other way. Don't use FP? Well, I have fantastic news. My controller, let go of the button. Don't do it. Okay. Oh! Just barely got it. What you love to see. Since I am playing through this chapter at an appropriate level, I will also be gaining at least approximately the right amount of star points, so I will be leveling up throughout it too, which will be nice. Don't use special moves. Wasn't interested. Interesting note, I don't actually... Well, actually, wait, hang on a second. Does this do 2 or 3 now? Oh, it does 4. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. I absolutely kill. Goodbye! I forgot the boot upgrade made that way stronger. I was thinking Chapter 1 damage. Don't worry about this. You'll notice there, if you were paying attention, that Jolene was talking to herself on the monitor, which is a funny little thing. Armored Harriers. All right. Grubba's back. Come on, guys. Quit talking and let me do this. Take damage from your opponent. Okay. I'm pretty sure if I run away and fail the condition, I get downgraded around, so I still need to actually take damage 5 times. 2. And then we'll let Flurry take the front a little bit. 3, 4, 5. Alrighty, and I'm out of here. And we got Red Yoshi. You know what? What should I name my Yoshi? I got Red Yoshi. What should I call the little guy? CGM spoke first. Don't feel bad, CGM. I am abysmal at coming up with, like, any kind of names for anything. I have no creative bones in my body when it comes to stuff like that. Now, I could run back to Rogueport and upgrade Yoshi, but I'm going to tell you that I don't care and just move on. Win before taking 20 HP? I can do it. Wait a second! Hero? CGM, remind me to come back here at a different time and try Knock Bash. I want to see if we can sequence break the crap out of this. No, never mind. Knock Bash won't work because it's not going to damage the front guy. Right? I think? No, you know what? We're testing this right now. Hang on a minute. We are testing this right now. I am now invested. So no, I feel like you're correct, and it won't work. But come on, wouldn't it be so cool? I know it said only let your partner attack, so here. I'm gonna make the save state so I don't have to redo this again. Okay. That's what I thought. That's a shame. I mean, if I wanted to, I could technically turn this into a one-round fight. If I were allowed to attack with Mario, I'd Knock Bash first and then use Yoshi to finish. Well, with the damage I have. Alright. We're gonna take a quick eep. Yeah, you'll notice that King K was still in there even though he said he was gonna leave. Because the game still thinks I'm in a Chapter 6 sequence, so it's not doing anything creative yet. Ice Storm. Man, I don't care about the Mini, Mr. Mini. I'm sorry. He's cool, but not really. Again, just to note, Jolene's still the one giving the things, so nothing has changed. Don't use your jump? Okay. I, can't, so I don't care. The only thing is I really want from this chapter now is Super Hammer. Here's an interesting question, and I've actually never tested this, so we'll be testing it in, like, live, real time. I want to see if it's possible during the cutscene where, like, you catch Grubba talking about the Crystal Star in the attic. I want to see if you can clip down into that room, because you already have Super Hammer at that point. So if I can clip down to that room, I can skip the rest of the chapter, making this slightly faster. I've never tried. Okay, this is where I get hammer. So this is the last thing in the chapter I care about. Just to take note, the moment I got that email, I am now in a chapter 3 sequence again. So this is how we are able... You don't think it's loaded? Okay, we'll find out, Hero, because I am very curious. But for anyone who... Yeah, again, now that I'm in a chapter 3 sequence, this means I am officially where I'm supposed to be. So that's how we found... The process up to this point is how we figured out how to be able to play hero mode past where we're supposed to. Which, I don't know, I think it's fun. Oh, I missed it. Give me the useless badge. Wait a second. I kind of forgot that that was what that was. It's talking shit and it didn't deserve it. Here, we'll P up, P down just for more damage. And put Lucky Start back on. And we'll even equip Icy Bounce, because it's base, what, 3 now? Because of the P up, D down plus the... Oh, there's this. P up, D down plus boots. I don't know if... Actually, does Icy Bounce get a basic damage increase? It doesn't say so, no. Okay. Now, for what it's worth, Yoshi is not necessary to get this, which I think is kind of just funny. Okay, I gotta play till it gives me the... the thing to go get the key for that place. We'll see. I'll change partners. Wouldn't dream of it. These guys inflict electric, so I can't... That's fine. Oh, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Well. Finish the job. Oh, these guys again. Now, get ready for text you never see, because I don't care about this. There you go. There's the most boring extra text you've ever seen. Because who loses that fight? Also, can we just talk about how sick the hammer looks? That's all. I just want to say that the hammer's fire. Get it? Use a special move at least once. I'd rather not, but I don't get a choice. Did Flurry say goodbye diet right there? Wait a minute. I wish I had read that. Oh, it's these jerks again. Except, not actually. They're just the regular ones. Don't use FP. Can we talk about how fun chapter 3 is gonna be? Because you have like the don't use FP condition sucks, so I just won't. So many HP using moves. Oh, Bowser, I forgot about you. Pretty forgettable, honestly. Chapter 3 is gonna be fire. Oh no, I didn't guard. Whatever will I do? It's almost like I did half of his health in one turn. Sorry, Bowser. And that's poisoning. There we go. Just to really ruin poor guy's day. I should have ran from Bowser to see what happens. Like, I know with the other guys, you know, since they're not trying to kill you, they just want revenge. It's like, okay, sure, they take the W. Do you game over if you lose to Bowser there? Because, like, Bowser wins. You know, it doesn't matter that it's on a stage. Bowser wins. I should have checked. Yeah, no, Hero, I'm excited for... There have been so many shared ideas for Hero Mode, just broadly speaking, that I'm super excited for. I didn't read the... Okay. I'm pretty sure he said get out there and finish this quick. I think this is 5 turns or less. Jeez! Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. You didn't deserve that much damage. Okay, there we go. This is where we get to test the fun stuff. Because if I can skip straight to Grubba, those are the words. It'll be nice. Bam. Come on. I just realized that said Supercharge P. Wait, is that actual Supercharge P? Okay. Imagine Supercharge P'ing Flurry, like, well, anybody, really. Like, Goombella for Multi-Bonk, Flurry for AoE, Yoshi, just Yoshi. Okay. Moment of truth. Is it interactable, Hero? Okay. Hero, that didn't do what I thought it would do. Yeah, fun fact. That entire under area is just a loading zone. Like, here, let me just plane mode off to the right really far. Yeah, even to the right. Literally anything out of bounds is the loading zone for there. Very interesting. Five times, man. Randomly grab it with Coops, and that's so interesting. Well, because you can use plane mode anywhere and get to the stage. I've already done it, so you can get to the stage. That's not the problem. The problem would just be, can you actually get to the Crystal Star? He said take damage 5 times, gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. I hit everybody's going away here. 1, 2. Okay. That was a lot of hits. Anyways. I don't want that. That's the scary cake. Okay, what's the condition? Defeat your opponent in 5 turns or less. Now that I can oblige with. Oh, they're immune to the freeze. Right. Okay. Poor guy. I'm trying to think if there's a way to make this process faster, because I could break into Chapter 6 again, update my sequence again. There's a lot of things I could do, but ultimately I need to be in Chapter 5, and I also need Bobbery. So it's this weird thing where I'm kind of stuck doing everything. Heal really quick. I don't know why I walked the long way around. That's on me. Do that. Get you. Leave. Oh yeah, this little sequence. I'm so glad, again, to have the speed up. Because it takes so long in vanilla. Alright, let's go ruin his day. I do appreciate that the crystal star on his belt's been changed. Just a small little thing that I like. Yeah, poor guy really doesn't stand a chance. I was gonna try to super guard it to flex, but I missed. poison. Haha! And it's over. Oh, I got the good ending. Bingo and all. Heck yeah. Oh, and I made him... Dude, he was burnt, poisoned, and minied at the end of that fight. Guy had zero hope. Wait, no, I leveled up. I don't need to heal. Never mind. A small gripe I have is that because of the height of the ceiling, you can't plane mode to skip this. You actually just need the Yoshi. I still somehow missed. I'm fake TTYD player. It's okay. Flurry out. 3 BP. I'll check stun, see if it works on him. And those are on damage dodge, why not? Oh, that would be so dirty. Just take away all of his buffs. I was gonna put on Supercharge P and just have Goombella supercharge a couple times and then multi-bonk, but that would be annoying to set up. Yeah. I don't know if there'd be an easy way to get through to where the star is, but he used the fast move if he isn't fast. Oh, that's actually hilarious. I didn't know about that. I didn't know he was, like, scripted to have to use his fast move if he's not. Alright. Normally wait, actually, do I have an Ether Flower? Okay, normally I wouldn't save state, but I want to show something like that off. So, I'm going to save state until he gets allergic. Okay. Oh, poor guy. Guy, you were talking a lot of crap for someone who, isn't moving. That's hilarious. I wish there was a way to inflict allergic on enemies in vanilla. Oh no! He's bigger! I have another one, but I really don't want to waste the, because I might mess around with it on another boss. Well, actually, he has to use the fast this turn anyway. Yeah, the audience definitely hates this. This is funny. But no, he has to use it this turn anyway, so it actually doesn't matter, because he wastes his turn. Dude, one Ether Flower ends Grubba. That's funny. I love this. Yarg indeed, you put up such a not fight. Alright, chapter 3 didn't take too long. That was like, what, an hour? And now I've got Earth Tremor. Which, other than being moved to chapter 3, I believe is unchanged. From this point onward, there's basically nothing changed. Okay. Yes, I know there's a thing I can show off now. Don't spoil it though. Let's just we'll wait until the chapter 5 one before we talk about it. There's no reason to here because we can't do anything with it. At least there's nothing that I know of that we can do with it, so. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I was gonna say, it'd be really funny if this worked, but it doesn't. I'm sure the audience likes this. This is funny. You'll notice there's like none of the NPCs there. It just kind of breaks. New partner Cammy, heck yeah. Did I ever get this? I don't think I did. Oh, I did, apparently. Okay. Really doesn't have anything. Let's check the bad shop. I'm just kind of buying random stuff I might mess with later. I don't have any particular plans. I will upgrade Yoshi really quick, though. This will actually give you a little bit of insight into what the plan was for Yoshi. Because you'll notice his attack is renamed. Weak to all elements. Obviously glass cannon, as far as Bill, I mean that's just normal, but flamin' mini eggs. I already got that one, what am I doing? I don't know if the flamin' mini eggs was actually implemented or if it was just simply a rename, but either way it's interesting to point out. I am gonna grab Spike Shield just in case I decide I want it. Fortunately, Chapter 4 is not too long, so that one won't take very long to get through. Now, the only reason I need to get into Chapter 4 is so I can get to Chapter 5. Yes, I could take the blue pipe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hero, you might know, but I do not know of a way to update our sequence into Chapter 5 without coming into Chapter 5 normally. Other than the Bobbery method, but I've tried replicating that, and that's honestly annoying. The Bobbery early method, but that other than that, is there any other way that we found? Because I have to have Bobbery, as we've established, Bobbery is going to be required for something later. So, what would I rather do? Do I really want to play Chapter 4? I'm the expert for that? What do you mean? Nothing of the sort is even remotely true. Okay. That might be true. Yeah. I don't know. I'll go ahead and just do Chapter 4. It won't take that long. Talk to you. Darkly. At least Reed didn't remove Darkly. If this guy weren't here in this version, like if he had moved the NPCs around and gotten rid of this guy, then we would have had a bit of an issue on our hands. Oh, Chapter 4 doesn't take that long. Has a couple badges. I'll get a little bit more XP for some level ups. There we go. Oh, I don't remember where it's at. There it is. Yeah, keep it. There we go. I don't really care about the incu. You know what? Actually, I forget if Peachy Peach has been like still in the game or not. Let's find out. It is just a Peachy Peach. Never mind. Yeah, you can play in mode and skip past this, but like, well, you need to do the clip, but you can get past this easy. But again, it takes almost no time to run back and talk to this dude. It's like bam. Depending on how fast you are at doing the plane glitch, it might actually just be slower than talking to the mayor. Yes, I really need that money. You guys are still the same, I'm pretty sure. I'm curious if they give star points. That's kind of what I'm checking. I'm pretty sure they will, but not a whole lot. Yeah. 2 apiece, not great. explicitly need tube mode for any reason, but I might as well grab it. Maybe I'm carrying too many items. Hang on a minute. Oh, nope. Oh, she's not gonna... Okay. That'll respawn. I've already picked up the boo sheet, so it's over now. Oh, well, it's a star cookie. Wah. And this is Defend Plus. I didn't want to pick that up. I forget when she brings the items out. Is it now? Yes. Throw the boo sheet for now. Throw the boo shroom for now. Earthquake for now. Okay. Well, at least I have quick access to life shrooms and stopwatch. Like, this shop is kind of crazy in hero mode. The only reason I'm fighting this one is, what was the shop? The new Thunder Rage, the new stopwatch, life shroom, super shroom, maple syrup. There was a list. Oh, it missed. That's really funny. Ooh, Fright Mask. You take that. Earthquake. Second piercing throw. Oh, hello. I forgot about you. I'm gonna actually fight that thing just because. Free SP. Okay. I'm gonna test something. I don't know if stop works on them. If it does, it's free. The answer was no. Beautiful. Is it necessary? No, but hey, we love to see a ton of SP all at once. Just blow it. Thank you. That coin blocks just makes me so angry. Why is that there? And why is it invisible? Yeah, 10 damage Silver Smash is nuts. And here's the thing, since my hammer is base 3, the hammer, the next hammer up is, you know, obviously stronger. My hammer does 7 damage, whereas my jump is 3-3. So, because, well, obviously I have the, what's it called? The P up, D down on Mario. So actually jump is 2-2 and hammer is 6. So hammer is significantly stronger base. Oh wait, never mind. Jump is 3-2 because it's decreasing in power. Wow, hammer is actually just better. that. Do a quick heal. No! Well, I have bad news, guys. I'm gonna be here for a minute. I wanted the badge, and what did I get in the process? My day ruined. Ah. Here's an interesting question. In Hero, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but do we know if Giddy Typhoon stacks with itself? As in, does having a second one increase its power? Yo, my first flower save. Reed couldn't keep me away from it. Yes. Although do I actually need it is the real question. We'll put on Lucky Start P. We like Lucky Start P. Put on those just for the convenience. Okay. Because these items are changed, hang on, this is still a mushroom, I think. Oh no, that's a coin. Oh. You get a coin for getting it wrong either way. And then a Supreme Shroom. Okay, so that reward is actually significantly worse. There we go. Yeah, I don't know anything about Vanilla Tornado Jump at all. Ow. How many turns of stop is that? Let me move. Okay. I can live with that. That's fine. I was worried I was going to get clobbered for a minute there. I didn't realize that Boo attack paused you. Because I've never get hit by this guy's moves because he dies too quick in vanilla. Oh, you suck so much. Fine. Slow him down. Didn't work. I'm not getting hit by that again, sorry. There we go. I'm not putting up with that. I just wanted to fight him for the memes, and he's actually being mean. I didn't know that attack inflicted stop. I don't know. Is that a vanilla? That doesn't feel like a vanilla thing. I didn't realize the booths were in here now. Whoops. That's vanilla. I've never got... I usually just finish that fight super quickly by... Oh, I don't even know. I guess I'd never get to the point where I get hit by that attack, though. Yeah, mean boss is a dumb kid. I can see that. Do a regular save just in the event of like a crash or something silly. And let's go beat up dupe guy. With Yoshi upgraded, he might be the better partner for this, actually. Hang on. I want to check this out. Okay, yeah, it's just mini egg. Okay, yeah, Yoshi's the play here. Interesting that Hammer makes him take shock damage back. We go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, now the part of the chapter that everyone complains about, rightfully so. Walking backwards. And then forwards, and then backwards, and then forwards. Go, 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 go. Okay. I ran right into him. Run back again. It's kind of hard to have good commentary over this, considering it's just the same thing running back and forth and back and forth. So, excuse me. It's just going to be one of those things where once we get into Chapter 5, and specifically once I have Bobbery, I can be a bit more interesting. Do this. I feel like that hitbox for that is really far away. I don't know. I think I disagree, game. Power plus. Is there anything I'm equipping? I don't really care. Yeah, I don't care about Icy Bounce that much. I don't really care about these anymore. Let's get Mario more damage. Yeah, I don't need to do that. Actually, I forget if you need to do the thing with the bird, so just to be safe. I just don't want to have an excuse to need to trek back here again. I really don't think you do, but... At least the hero mode speed makes getting through those daisies a little bit easier. You can kind of dodge in and out of them a little bit more, because in vanilla they keep up with you pretty good. Bam. Okay. And another walk back to the right. I don't remember if Reed has said what his plan is for this chapter, as far as finding a way to make it actually interesting, but that's going to be a heck of a challenge. I remember proposing like a Lost Woods kind of thing, where every journey through the forest, one way or the other, is different. Or like maybe you go through it one way and then you can like make shortcuts back and forth, but that would require an insane amount of map editing, and I know that's not super easy right now. I don't know. It's just it would honestly help, even if it were a bunch of treks back and forth, if the rooms weren't literally thin left and right hallways. You know, complaining about hallways in TTYD, who'd see that coming? But I don't know. It'd just be nice if there was more depth to the rooms, more to and from the, like, towards the camera, away from the camera. No, listen, the chapter 4, I get it. A pipe from Twilight Town to the steeple would technically be a way to do it, but it would be so cheap. It's a cop-out solution. Well, this chapter has taken about half an hour, so we're doing pretty good. Does stun pound work on Dupless? Let's find out. The answer is no. Alright, then time to erase him. I tried to super guard the moves there and it did not work. Alright, punchy electric lady, let's finish this. I don't actually know if her moves have been changed at all. Like, as far as implementation, I mean. The answer is no. Well, it's okay. Mario loses, or fake Mario loses next turn. Never mind, he loses right now. You should totally get more star points for beating the partners in that fight. That should be a reward, but no. At least that peach section is quick. Okay. Just like with the first Bowser interlude I showed off, yes, you can change to Mario in here too. But if I recall right, I don't think Mario has swim physics. Yeah, he doesn't, so you just kind of don't get to play the game. It's not as interesting as the other one. Perfect. Alright, and then we get to go to Chapter 5. Considering I started that chapter right at about 11, and now it's 11:30, I think I did pretty good. Let's just go down to the door really quick, get that out of the way. Shine Expressway, I have 7. Okay. I'll get a couple more in Chapter 5. Because I'm going to grab the up arrow after I get Bobbery. Just because... That's not what I need to do yet, hang on. Oh, yes, it is. Just because I want to have some Ultra Partners, I think, for Chapter... Just for the fun of it. So... I'm going to save mine for now and see where I want to take them. Or who I want to use them on. Does Charlie ever sell anything else? No, I don't think so. If he does, I don't remember. Yeah, Flavio's redesign is peak. Oh no, I had a theory that Chapter 5 was going to be like a frozen over island instead. Because, you know, like kind of going with that theme. Now, it's not a very good theory, mind you. But it's a theory. Oh, I forgot remove that shine sprite. No longer there. Okay, talk to you. Talk to you. Titanic retelling in Paper Mario. Yes. Alright, Bobby, let's go. I'll check the badge shop after this, because it'll be fine. Again, with hero mode badges, even if I don't have, like, as high of a level as I normally would in Chapter 8, I don't think it's gonna matter. Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink really quick, because I have neglected to do that up to this point. I know it may not seem like it, we're actually we're kind of approaching the... well, kind of approaching the end. There's not a whole lot left to do, just because, again, I need to get into this chapter to the point where I have Bobbery. Well, no, I need to get to the end of the chapter, but it won't take that long. And then, from there, it's do the thing. Well, we'll get there. Alrighty. Hi, Wacka. Give me that. I will take note that the Wacka bump says 15-15 with a chance for fast. That is kind of wild. I should have hammered the guy who was going to attack. Who cares? Okay. Let's get Flurry healed really quick. I don't really need the star pieces anymore. Nothing left to buy. Okay. Other than a really nice ice storm, this shop is nowhere near as cracked. Oh, a mini shroom. I forgot it lowers attack. I don't care. Because I don't think I'm going to need much more for BP, really. Look at what these guys' health is. Oh, enough to make quick work of them. Well. Frigid Force is just such a nice, quick way to clear enemies. this? Excuse you, game. Okay. Not quite sure what it thinks I hit there. I don't need the 10 HP heal. I don't need the 10 HP heal. Oh yeah. I forgot. Fire Shield is just a thing I can get. I had zero reason to buy that. I guess while I'm here, I'll get the coconut. I don't care about the Thunder Rage. Dodged it. Woo. Lucky Star's just a nice little convenience thing to have. I still gotta make this trip so many more times. Oh, jeez. Honestly, I think what makes it even more annoying is that enemies will respawn constantly because you're going back into the first room. I don't know. Just everything about this little back and forth area is ridiculous. And let's get Flurry healed again so I can at least blow those guys. Oh, it's still 5. Interesting. Can I get this first try? I can! Cool. A little small shortcut. Alright, Bobbery, come on. One more trip. And I have a sort of skip for Pirate's Grotto. It won't do a whole lot, because I still have to get the boat mode, but it skips having to run to grab the silly gate crank thing. So it's a small skip at least. So again, we're nearing the end of this. Top of this? Can't. That might just be more efficient than trying the other skip, because that one's kind of precise. Alright. Gotta read this again? I do. Okay. full team for Mariomon. I have actually never played Mariomon. I've actually never seen Mariomon. I'm just going to take it a step further. I don't know anything about it at all. It's entirely foreign to me. I'm assuming it's basically what it says in the name. It's going to be a Pokemon-like, but with Mario characters and such. Gotta be a little precise about this. Okay. Doing this and getting the crate. You skip having to come down here with boat panel, so it saves a little bit. Ah. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. It will not. Okay. I'm just so used to thinking in vanilla terms of damage. I'm just not used to everything disappearing. Not gonna put in the boat crank yet because I'm still gonna go do that. Yeah, 5 HP can't... I don't know. Everything feels a little wrong right now. It's kind of weird. It's like, why are there Chapter 1 enemies significantly stronger than you guys? What's happening? I ran right into the water. Okay, no, I'm not going to get up there. Yeah, 10 HP cannon, Chapter 1. The big Bonsai Bill variant, too, that you have to fight. I don't know. Everything is just significantly more... Wow. We're in Chapter 8, and we're seeing 5, 6... health enemies. 5, 6, and 8 health enemies. Oh, they're buddies. They're also stuck, but they're buddies. Really? Here's an interesting question I've never tried. Can you use Flurry to blow the bullet bills as they're coming towards you to stop them, or will they keep on their path? The answer is keep on their path. That's or not keep on their path. Stop. What am I saying? English is hard. The answer is stop. That's actually very useful. Oh, jeez. Hello, guys. P. Grab P down, D up. Oh, Hero, that's a great question, and I can't check anymore because I... Aww. If they do, could I theoretically... Oh my gosh, wait a minute. I feel like there's crash potential there, right? Like making 1,000,000 of them and just having the game freak out. It's okay, I can try it in the trapped rate of the golden blasters, whatever they are. Because that's a very interesting question, and if the answer is yes, then we have shenanigans. Really? I always get those barrels, I'm telling you, they just don't like me. Really? I disagree with that hitbox. Game. I didn't touch the spike. Okay. I didn't put in the gate thing, wait. That was a heck of a mash. Save. I don't really need the badge that's back here, but I'm gonna go get it, just because who knows? Maybe I'll want it. Is defend plus... Oh, it's still 5 for partner. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Ah. Okay. There's another small skip, like, by small, I do mean really small skip we can do here. Instead of having to go into the foreground and go through each of the pipes, you can just plane mode in the background, hit 1. And as long as you don't fall off while doing it, you can do this one. I'm having such a hard time with these barrels. There we go. Okay. It's Cortez time. This will be a joke. I don't really think there's anything I need to worry about. I think he just loses. All the phases where I can hit him with the hammer, he just takes so much damage. He'll get 1 hit out this turn. Next phase he'll get 1. It'll be 3rd phase where he actually gets to do at least a few. Oh. It's a shame. Cortez's first and second phases have such, like, or I guess second phase more so, has really cool attacks, but you just finish them so fast. There's an entire gem in his chest gimmick that you just don't have to use. Look at that, he just charged 4. But unfortunately, we don't care. Da! Cortez! Buddy! That was a big freeze. What? That was a weird pause. Can we talk about that? What was that? Alright, give me that. Yeah, go ahead and kick me out. Could you imagine getting kicked out? Like, let's say Mario only has 1 health left, right? After you win that fight in Vanilla. Imagine missing one of your jumps and game overing there. I feel like there is a kid somewhere who has broken dreams because of these jumps. It's definitely happened. That's grab another one of those because they're fun free heals. Yeah, no, I know you're supposed to use Yoshi for like the last one, but I mean like just in general, though, like jumping from the first couple. I can see a kid missing, you know? Or maybe a kid missing the A input on the jump and running into the water with Yoshi the first time. There's a lot of things that could happen there. It's like, look at it, you know? You gotta jump from that down and then to the left, you know? It's one of those things where, don't get me wrong, like, it's not hard, but I can see a timeline where a kid has had a bad time because of that. Dude, I just got here. Stop throwing bricks. And here's the thing. This Crump, easier than the Chapter 2 Crump. Leave my Yoshi alone. Who's ready to watch Yoshi do half of his health in a single hit again? Well, this is with +2 power on partner. I feel like that's important to clarify. I'm not sure if that is a, I'm not sure if the diminishing by hit isn't a thing, like, I guess here's the question. In vanilla, does he diminish by hit when you give him extra power? The answer is still yes, right? So, yeah, no, this is just... Yeah, so... Yeah, never mind. Yoshi is ridiculous. Yoshi is literally just using a free multi-bonk every turn. I mean, it's a 5-hitter, so it's not like, you know, you can technically get a bit more with multi-bonk, but, I mean, come on now. Okay. Alright. I gotta grab a drink again, because this is where I gotta start talking. Let me get through this text really quick. Okay, so, for anyone who, you know, wasn't there and doesn't already know, the way, you might be asking yourself a question at this point. You might be asking myself, why am I playing through the game again? We've already established that Postly Sanctum softlocks us. Well, I guess the Bowser cutscene afterwards, and we can't skip it. So it's one of those, you might be, again, asking yourself, okay, why is he even playing through the game? What has all of this been for? Well, I will show you what it's all been for. Let me just make a potion really quick. Orange between blue, green. Do not place red on far right. Place the blue potion next to the red. And place 2 between green and red. So... Nope. 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 If anyone's wondering, I'm using the speed up to try to make time go by significantly faster, because I don't want to wait for this. I don't want to count to 30 and then show off how bad my internal clock is live to everybody. So we're just going to keep going doing this. Well, we'll get it. Don't worry. There's like a 5-second window, so at speed up it should be fine. I've already waited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's green. It is correct. Alright. So, hang on. Let me make some save states really quick, because this is where we got to start really getting into it. So... we have established, you know, that going forward to Chapter 6 would be pointless. So obviously, you know, you can assume by now I'm going to be doing something here. If I walk out here, nothing's different, right? Well, allow me to show you guys something ridiculous. Remember what I can do in the Bowser cutscenes? Now, you might be getting excited, but this wasn't the end. You'll notice we're in the same predicament as before. I am still in a post-Chapter 5 state. That's it. But, is it this door? No. Well, I will go ahead and activate this. But remember, so the teleporter does work back to Rogueport. The problem is, since it doesn't work back to the moon again, that is a one-way teleporter. If I leave, I'm staying. So, here's what you do. You come into this room. Nope. I don't know the layout of this place. Please don't bully me. Don't touch me. Don't hit me. Okay. This room? Yes. And it's this note right here. Today's code is 014029. Do not forget it. That little tiny change has now pushed me into a Chapter 7 state. You might be asking yourself, okay, what can I do with this? Dang it. I'm not in the mood for all that. What that does, by updating my sequence, is begins shenanigans. So I will say, yes, you can walk around in here without updating your sequence, but there's some weird side effects. If you enter any room where Peach is normally supposed to enter, so for example, the Grotus room, you actually get turned back into Peach. Oh, I am not staying here. Get away from me. 2 stopwatches? But yeah, like I was saying, it's a weird side effect where if you enter a room where Peach is normally supposed to enter while still in a Chapter 7 or chapter, like a post Chapter 5 sequence, like where it's normally the Peach sequence, it'll turn you back into Peach. I missed. It'll turn you back into Peach. So it's one of those things where you have to update your sequence first to actually be able to make progress in here. But now that I am, ow. Now that I am in the right sequence. Okay, I don't have the elevator key for that. But that's fine, I can go get it really quick. Because this elevator does work. Crazy that it takes all the way to Chapter 7 to get the 10 and 15 health enemies. Alright, we get the elevator key from this dude. Quiz, get key. Go down to level 2. Insert the key. Go to sub level 3. You never need to go down to 4 except for when you're doing the tech stuff, so. I do not like this room. It's just so slow. 6 damage, poison, plus a heal. I kind of like. I don't know. I'll probably end up popping that on Crump. Oh, I don't know. I'm probably never gonna. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll end up using no defense. We'll toss some maple syrup. I can literally buy those in like 3 different places. I can actually buy better versions of them. There's a small little skip here I'm gonna try to show off if I can. Wait, nah, wait. Come on, Mario. I need you to inch to the left without hurting yourself. If you plane mode there, I think the frame perfect jump might be necessary. I'm not sure, but either way, you can get up there and skip the loop backwards. Just a small little thing. If you're impatient like me. And then we enter card key. Card key. I'm probably going to need to fight this guy just because he's going to get in my way of the switch. New lore. Hero, I like your new lore. I think it's definitely going to be accurate. That was a lot of star points for a regular battle. But I am now severely underleveled, to be fair. That mushroom being a supreme shroom makes it far less worth going for. Uh-oh. I'll do BP one more time, because there's still all or nothing in chapter 8 I'll probably end up equipping. You'll notice, by the way, another thing, the stages, or the ranks come at higher levels in hero mode. You have to get to 35 just to get to Superstar. 25 for A-list, 15 for B-list. It's not like a crazy big change, but it's a small one. Just something worth mentioning. I actually didn't even notice it until I had hit level 10 and then didn't get the stage up. Okay. Magnus has a defense, so that makes Yoshi way less useful. I mean, I say that, like, 10 damage, but the problem is he's only got 15 health at this point. So I'm probably just going to use Flurry. Is there anything I want to change up? I mean... Oh, I could supercharge P. Actually, yeah, no, let's absolutely ruin his day. Hang on a minute. Let's show off hero mode to its full, like, fullish level of shenanigans and beating up vanilla bosses. Okay, I'm gonna do a stun pound test just to see if this works. The answer is no. I'm not gonna waste CFP then. I think clock out will work on him. I know I just tested stop, but I'm gonna assume that this is different, even though it's probably not. Okay, I didn't think so. Alright. Then I'm just gonna sit here with Mario and be cannon fodder. I forgot that it says Star Rod. He's guaranteed to drill, I believe, every turn. So I can, just kind of abuse some heals here. I'm sure everyone is taking note that, yes, the Poison Shroom gimmick for the Sweet Treat is in Sweet Feast 2, making Sweet Treat ridiculous. Or, sorry, Sweet Feast ridiculous. Oh! Did he put a cap on charging? Is that what I just saw? Hero, is that a thing? Is there a charge cap? Why did he guard? Hang on a minute. No. Save state. Actually, here, no, hang on. Save state, we're gonna do a damage check, and then I'm gonna use it and see what happens. Like, yeah, I think that's a charge cap. Never mind, my charge strategy is now way less interesting. Six. Oh, it's down to 1. Interesting. That's far less useful. Yeah, that's auto-guarding. That is not... I am pressing no inputs there when that happens. Uh-oh. Wait a second! Alright. Alright, good thing I have those live shrooms, because I'm going to get clobbered. Alright. Flurry, please remove the fists from the equation. Yeah, I am very intrigued in what just happened, like what's happening. I do not understand. You see, Hero, that actually is possible, because if you recall, I did have invisibility from my lucky start at the beginning of that fight. Just to show off here as well, just for the sake of interest. Yes, I can be Mario. Yes, I can leave. Yes, I can pull out partners. Yes, you can go back in with partners, and yes, they work. Sort of. Interesting note for anybody out there who, like, I don't know, likes to glitch into or break this game. Vivian, Koops, and Yoshi, all three of the characters that have a jump in their animation in some way. You know, obviously Koops when you're kicking the shell, Yoshi when you're riding them, and Vivian when you pop back up from underground. They give you jump storage. So if I do this, for example, and then switch to Mario, you'll notice jump storage. So if we ever legitimately find a way in vanilla to get into a Bowser section and somehow gain control of Mario, we basically have jump storage whenever we want. And I don't know, this frame right here, this frame just is so funny to me. And then unfortunately it switches back after the fact. Sub level 4. That's not the right one. Like, I know I could play Crane Game and get feeling fine and stuff, but I don't care that much. Doesn't bother me. Alright. Because of the way this is set up, once I leave the moon, I can't come back. So, well, I mean, I know you can't come back in vanilla, but I mean, like, even in a post-game situation, because this teleporter doesn't work, there's just no going back. Okay. Rip Hero. But have a good night. You've already seen what comes after this, so, you know, you're not missing out on too much. Alright, I'm gonna go get the up arrow really quick. Won't take long. Yeah, have a good night, Hero. Thanks for joining. Alright. Wrong partner. Damn. Yeah, again, for anyone wondering, I'm just getting the up arrow just so I can upgrade some partners. Because, again, Chapter 8's not even going to be a problem. But, I don't know. I just want to show off how ridiculous it is. Like, how broken hero mode stuff is, even with just Chapter 1. Ow. Really? Everything is clobbering me. Okay. This dude. And now we'll book it back out of here. I'll go ahead and hit this. Why not? Get my health back. Do I get hit right away, or do I get a second to react? Okay. I get a second. Chain Chomp doesn't immediately jump for you. I appreciate the higher density of heal blocks. It makes getting through the actual areas a lot nicer. I don't know. It's just nice not have to spam items or run back and heal every 3 seconds. We'll upgrade partners. Whichever ones I can, at least. I've got 14, so I've got choices. Do a save just in case anything happens. I'm gonna try to speed through Chapter 8, just so I don't have to... Well, frankly put, so I don't have to stay up super late, because I'm getting a little tired. Hang on. Alright. We're gonna do... Goombella for sure, because she's just useful. Rally Wink is nice. I'm gonna do Yoshi, because Stampede will be broken. You know what? I'm just gonna stick with the partners that we currently have, as far as, like, unlocked and upgraded. I'm not gonna worry about any of the others. Obviously, I'm not gonna go get Mal's. No way. You can catch some names for, attacks there. Obviously, those are subject to change, and as a matter of fact, probably have changed, but... Oh, Fire Drive. Yes, please. Buy the damage dodges, because why not? Just in case I decide I want them. Do I have HP and FP ups? I have FP plus. Okay, hang on. What was I gonna sell? I don't really want the HP plus P. Not gonna use it. I'll buy that, just in case I decide I want to put on some extra health. Check Charlie. Does he ever get anything else? No. Okay. Got everything I need. Well, almost everything. Hang on a second. Realistically, Courage Shell isn't going to be that useful, because Shadow Queen's the only real threat of a fight left. Not going to be using Trade-Off anymore. The Whack-A-Bumps are a nice heal. Supreme Shrooms. 3 HP, 3 FP for 5 turns. That's a nice, long, like, overtime heal. However, yeah, I'm going to try to get a little bit of money really quick, because there's something I do want to buy. Just because I figure if we're showing stuff off, let's show off how broken something was. Let's see. I won't need Fire Shield anymore. I'm not going to be equipping Item Hog. The defense pluses are too expensive. I'm going for more offense, not less. I'm keeping Flower Saver just in case I decide I want it. That should be enough to buy at least one, maybe two. We'll see. If anyone's watching who's already played Hero Mode, you'll know exactly what I'm grabbing as soon as I walk into, like, as soon as I go into this shop. That's no question. Wait a second. They're not here in this version. Holy crap, they're not here in this version. That is interesting. Okay, that changes my plan a little bit. I thought Dark Booshrooms were here. Okay. That's fine. I can work with that. How many shot points am I at? 47. I'd have to get all the way to 100. I'm not doing that. Okay. How many items am I holding right now? Withdraw. We'll take the regular Boo Shroom. The Boo Sheet. The other Boo Sheet. HP Ooze just gets outclassed. I'm gonna buy one of these. I'm gonna toss that for one of these. Okay. Yeah, so Dark Boost Shrooms are 5 turns of invisibility, in case anyone was wondering why I was going to buy them. That would be why. But, no, they're not in the shop in this version. They must have been added in one of the patches. That's fine. Let's see. I'm not super worried, like I said, you know, with what I have here. Mega Shroom, Power Shroom, I can use that on Yoshi and just have him stampede Shadow Queen, and she will absolutely stop existing. The Boo Shroom and the Boo Sheets will keep me invisible. Like, basically, it's just... I will be surprised if I take any significant damage in her Phase 3 fight. You know, I figure it'll be fun to show off just how ridiculously broken Hero Mode's items are. My controller came unplugged again. Hello. Okay. Yeah, so I've also got a life shroom in the just in the event that I make a mistake. Plenty of FP heals, dodge cape for 6 turns of dodgy, HP FP heals, some offense for offensive items just for moral support, I guess. So just to draw attention to it, because I find something comedic about this. If everyone remembers, because now obviously I'm in a chapter... I am now in a chapter 7, post-chapter 7, I should say, state. So at the end of the day, I've been everywhere, but if you notice... So the order itself isn't correct, obviously, because it doesn't... they show up just consecutively. But if you break it down, the one crystal star that I am missing is Power Lift, which is a tragedy. Power Lift would have made this even more broken and ridiculous. So, you know, we gotta deal with it. I think what I have will be fine. Okay. I don't know why Dolphin's like this. Sometimes it stops reading my controller for a minute. I don't know. I like this cutscene. I think it's fun. The block being in front of the door there makes it a little bit silly, but again, for anyone who doesn't know, if you've just been wondering what the heck that is, that block is boss rematches. Right now, I think it's only the blooper like super boss. So it's not just boss rematches; it's super bosses too. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 thing where, well, I don't know. I guess calling it boss rematches would technically be incorrect because like I can't go refight Electro Blooper, for example, or Stinky Blooper. It's a new blooper with super boss level stats. Interesting that the chapter title didn't show up on the like thing there. That was weird. Okay. I'm gonna try to make this go by quick just so we don't gotta wait forever.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately, my speed up hotkey isn't working. Give me a second. Let me go back. Bam, bam. Tools. Options. Hotkey settings. Let me find it. There we go. Perfect. Okay, fix the thing not wanting to cooperate. I'm not worried about stopwatch. And I don't have any plans to like fight everything. It'd just take too long. 5 with a confuse? Eh. Okay. Normally you wouldn't be able to do what I'm about to do. I'm just gonna walk through walls though to make this go by a little bit quicker. Oh, this is solid back here. I did not know this. But yeah, we're gonna kind of skip through stuff because I don't want to. I forgot. I just want to get through it because everyone's seen Chapter 8 before, and again, since this isn't like technically part of the mod, it's not done. Go away. There we go. So there's nothing new to see. I will put on that though. Hang on a second. A supercharged P is not anywhere near as good as I thought it'd be. Let me throw on that all or nothing. Get a little bit more damage with Mario. Also, I'm sure most people know about this by now, but just some fun trivia. Because I didn't learn about it until like a decade after I'd played the game for the first time as a kid, but you can jump over these fire bars in 64. And do that. It's just one of those things where, and I know in 64 it's a thing too, but in 64, and I kind of want this, actually. But in 64, you have access to them a lot earlier. Like, you don't have to wait till Chapter 8, so you have more time to kind of experiment with them. Whereas in TTYD, you don't see them at all until Chapter 8. And as a matter of fact, I don't think you see them outside of this one room. Devs got lazy and said, let's just repurpose something from 64. It's fine. Oh, what's up, CGM? Yeah, I'm in Chapter 8. Are you ready to just see ridiculous amounts of damage? Okay, it wasn't as crazy as I thought it'd be, but still. Okay. Neat. Oh, I got one more level up. Cool. I don't really need more BP. I'll take a bit more HP just to prevent any last-second shenanigans. What's this? A Supreme Shroom. Once again, don't care. Here's a little interesting piece of trivia for you, CGM. Did you know that underneath this, it's solid? Like, underneath the stair here, it's actually solid. I didn't. That was Silver Smash, so that was +4 CGM. And on top of that, that +4 was also taking into account my several attack increasing badges. Speaking of attack increasing, Yoshi just got a +1. Actually, wait, this is objectively better than... Well, no, this is HP. Hang on a minute. I've got the Whack-A-Bumps. Sorry, slowest shroom. I think the flat 20 is just better. Alright. Very big thing of importance. Because when I show this off, everyone's going to understand why it's a problem. I hope. I like to think it's obvious. But there is a interesting side effect from Reed doing some testing that made this process harder than it should have been. That's nowhere near close enough. Mario, throw him right. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, let's go to Riddle Tower. I can't believe that. That's hilarious. Okay. Alright. So, let me make some save states so I don't goof it. Okay. Riddle Tower. This room, fine. This room, fine. I don't know. This room, fine. I'll give you a hint, they're all fine. Except for this one. Reed apparently was doing some on-stream testing at some point. I don't know what he was trying to test. I have some theories, but I'm not going to go too much into it, just because I don't want to say anything. Watch what happens when I enter this door. Like, there's no loading zone, I'll just tell you now. There's no way out. This is a soft lock. Oh, I'm sure I could, CGM. And I think I have an idea. But, no. So the loading zones here don't work either, for anyone who's wondering. No, like, this is basically a dead-end map. Since, obviously, you're not supposed to reach Chapter 8, this would never be something a normal person would see, so it doesn't matter that it's here. But it creates a big problem for me. Because, as I'm sure you guys know, Riddle Tower is kind of required to make progress. Because that is the only way to get the stairs down. Without that, I can't get the 8th key. And without that 8th key, I have no way to get through, get through this. So, this created a conundrum. Hang on. Let me get to the far back of the room here. Let me save. So, I'm sure at this point, anyone who knows about TTYD speedrunning knows what that room not being accessible is basically meaning for me. For a little bit, we assumed the only way out of this was Palace Skip. If you don't know what Palace Skip is, look it up. In short, it's stupid, it's hard, and I didn't want to do it. The first time I played through the game, like, just because I was trying to prove that hero mode was beatable, I said to myself, okay, Palace Skip is technically human viable, it's been done before, so I used my walk through walls, hit the loading zone underneath the map here, and left. Because, and for anyone wondering, these rooms up here are parallel to the rooms below them. So here, let me walk out of bounds really quick. This is normally the room before Grotus, right? Like, this is the last one. You can see the spring right there. It's still loaded in. Most of the map's collision is not loaded in, but a few objects are. The live stream's down there too on the pedestal thing. But I didn't want to do Palace Skip. I didn't want to learn it, didn't want to practice it. But that's the only way to get through. Or, well, it would be. But hero mode is busted. So let's show off what happened when I got determined to be lazy. That was a bad unspin. Hang on. Bad unspin. Am I gonna make it? Okay. So, I'm sure some of you may already know this, again, if you are familiar at all. there is a problem. You may be thinking, oh, he's just going to walk on the seam and go around the back and bam, do it. Not quite. Because this right here, this little, I don't even know what you want to call it. Just the little frame around here, this little design thing, actually has a hitbox. And that raises a problem. A big problem, as a matter of fact. Because if I walk back, because you can even see it here. You notice how I'm not going back? It's solid. So I had a problem. And I'll skip over the process of discovering how this works. I'll just kind of, hang on. I need to get, okay, not there. 2. Let me run to the left. Okay, I'm where I need to be roughly. Okay, so I need to go right and back. Okay. 2. I need to go right. Bam, 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 bam. This setup is ridiculous. Okay, I need to be a bit further to the right, but not too much. I need to be able to make sure I can fall off here. Okay. So, sorry, I'm making sure I'm in an ideal position for this, because I need Mario to not flip there. Hang on. I functionally, well, this was with help. I actually had the mod dev read himself in the stream when I was streaming in Discord with this, along with CGM, who's in the here, Hero, a couple of other people. We were brainstorming, trying to come up with a way to basically make our own palace skip for Hero mode. Here, I'm gonna do a super slow-mo here. That's not what I need to do. Hang on. Did you see how I just plane moded even though I was falling? Bobbery is peculiar. Bobbery, when he explodes and you're holding him in the middle of the air, gives you a single landing frame. A single, where Mario is considered grounded, which gives us just enough time to plane mode. Now, for anyone who has been paying attention and has a good idea of, how broken plane mode is by the other stuff I've done, you should already see what I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, that's... I don't think I'm in. Hang on. Nope. Okay. I gotta hold the bomb, or I gotta reset his timer. Okay, nope. Sorry, this is a frame-perfect trick, so it's gonna take me a little bit to actually pull off. I don't think that's quite it. Nope. Oh, that was close, but not it. Yeah, because I have to be facing the right way, too. Mario cannot turn around while I'm doing this. I think I need a little bit more time on the explosion again. Okay. gonna be so incredibly annoying to do again. Yeah, this took so long the first time. That was really close, but not gonna quite cut it. I don't think I make it from here. Nope, okay. Okay, let me slow down the... Okay, this is close. Hang on a second. Was that 3? That was 4, 5. Okay, hang on. Let me tilt down and try to see if I can get myself under. The answer is no. Okay. Dude, okay. Hang on. Let me move back a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This might be it. Hang on a second. This is a good angle. Am I gonna fall? Hang on. Hang on. Okay. I think this was good enough because I was able to jump around it at this point. Yep, there we go. Okay. I made it under, like, inside of this seam here, which normally is solid, but since I came in from underneath, I can now just kind of... Well, again, I got to find that sweet spot. Bam. And then it's 1, 2, 3, right here. Now I got to find the actual loading zone. Interesting that the loading zone isn't taking me. Hang on a second. There we go. Alright. And now that I've hit the loading zone, that is Hero Mode's Palace Skip. Bobbery is required for it, as you saw. But it's not like that bad of a trick. I mean, with save states, obviously. In real time, yeah, good luck. But it took, what, 5 minutes of just blowing up Bobbery? Maybe not even that. But after you get that key and come back out... Hang on. I didn't really want to stop there, but... Hang on. I kind of wanted the life shroom, just as a extra piece of insurance in case I goof up. And here's the thing, since I'm doing Palace Skip, this, you know, just like in vanilla, like, or at least, I don't know, actually, about just like in vanilla, but at least, oh, no, give it. this negates the, you know, the need for Ultra Boots and Ultra Hammer, so that's what allow, you know, I don't have to worry about any Ultra Blocks or any places where I need to spring jump. It doesn't matter. So, the only thing kind of stopping us was really... was that. And since we found a palace skip method that doesn't suck as much as Vanilla's, we stroll up into this room and tell the bosses who's boss. Let's see. He's gonna make his little Grotus buddies, so I want AoE, so you. Alright. Let's do a last second badge setup. I won't be... Oh, well, actually, Giddy Typhoon might be useful for... Alright, I got damage dodge. Let's give partners more damage. The only other thing I might want is maybe the other damage dodge, but I also don't care. So, here we go. Alright. Make a save state really quick. Bring it on, Grotus. You don't stand a chance against my hero modified stats. Yeah, mister, I have 50 health. Buddy, the first boss, like, the boss of Chapter 1 has more health than you. By more than double. So, bad news. You ain't shit. I totally forget that this is a thing you can do. Is jumping on the staff deal damage to him? I actually forget. No. Okay. Didn't think so. It's just a thing where Fire Drive makes it take enough damage to not want to attack. This probably just hits harder. Bowser Cammy fight will be a little interesting with semi-low HP, but it won't be too much of a problem. How? I missed the hammer. We're not talking about that. That's why I make save states, because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're here to show off hero mode getting beat. Nothing about this run was real. It'd be nice if I got a level up off of this, but unfortunately I do not. We'll say what a precarious position I find myself in. But, Yoshman is here to save the day. Oh, that was a lot of damage, Bowser. Oh yeah, I forgot that's not gonna hit Cammy because she's flying. I forgot about that. That's fine. Silly ass name. I forget. Does Clockout work on these two nerds? Might as well do some testing while we're here anyway. Oh, the answer is yes. Okay. How much FP is Stampede? 6. Okay, so I shouldn't... Yeah. No, good enough. Okay. I'm gonna get Yoshi back up a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean I'm healing everything to full. Sweet Feast in hero mode is ridiculous. I'm gonna focus Cammy just so we get rid of the healer. Yeah, can we talk about that damage, by the way? That might actually just be more optimal than Star Stampede. Okay, that is a lot less. Oh. Okay. You know what? I'll take that trade-off. Now I finish this fight with no more damage. I lied! Wait a second! I take my smart... oh, okay. Okay. I wasn't expecting for the double freeze. Okay. Alright. What are my items here? Supreme Shroom. And Groovin' Jelly. I probably don't need that. Alright. For everyone who's been sticking it out, you are going to witness the hero mode mod actually being beaten, like beginning to end. Let's see. We'll take Lucky Start because it's fun. Not going to be using Giddy Typhoon. I could throw on Flower Saver, I guess, for a little bit of extra... efficiency. Not like I want anything else. Alright, and don't worry, we have speed up, so you don't gotta sit through this whole cutscene at normal speed. We can do it roughly 2 to 3 times. Whew. Come on, bring on the fight, Shadow Lady. Or I guess Light Lady now, but... I won't be using speed up during the fight, though, because I vibe with Shadow Queen music. It's good. Oh boy, Zappy and nothing for Lucky Start. I'm so honored. Yeah, this is gonna go by real quick. If I'm not wrong, is that already it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. And now I just gotta keep myself alive for 3 turns. Don't ask why I'm doing this. Just thought it'd be funny. Yeah, like, I could start using boost rooms and stuff to stay alive, but I mean... It's fine. We're just gonna... We're basically just gonna Sweet Treat every turn to get some health. I'll probably pop a Sweet Feast on the final one, just to make sure. Ow. Ow. Get those bricks out of here, dude. I'm actually gonna pop this now, just because she did like 15 damage in a single turn, and that's scary. All the P up D downs I have on are not helping my case. Also, welcome back, Hero. I'm glad you were able to join for the finale. Ow. I missed. Ow. I forget, does she attack on the 3rd turn? I don't think so. I think it's fine. She's just gonna go, nah. Then she mounches on the audience. Okay, save state just in case there's any weird crashes. Sometimes using speed up, Dolphin will crash on me, so I just want to be safe. Oh! I guess that makes sense. I didn't think about it, but yeah, the crystal stars that you get actually appear in the right order because he just changed the colors of them. So no, it makes sense. I just didn't think about it. You see, that's why I save stated, because again, something about this cutscene does not like speed up. I'll have to be careful during the chapter 3 part. I'll make like save states at the end of each part just to make sure. But who wants to sit through 10 minutes of dialogue, right? Yeah, I don't know why that's like that, but... You slowly watch the save state counter count up. Oh, also, just as a heads up, I'm going to be turning up the audio just a little bit because this is a banger song. Probably won't be talking a whole lot, just kind of enjoy the spectacle. And, poor lady didn't have even half a chance. I rolled up with Yoshi, fed him some shrooms, and it was over. Again, if I had access to Dark Boo shrooms, that would have been even crazier, because that would have been 5 turns of invisibility. Or if I had double dipped, I could have had Yoshi have more offense at the first turn. Yeah, the music is like that. I hope that song just stays. Yeah, I know it's a remix from Pokemon. I don't care. That is the best version of that song. It's fire. My controller came unplugged in the final moments. Oh, just Hero Mode Yoshi. Well, that's not even Hero Mode Yoshi. That's just Yoshi with a bunch of power-ups. That was... I mean, other than his damage not receding in Ground Pound, which I used, what? Once? Maybe twice? It's like, doesn't matter. Okay, now my controller's being silly again. Did it do the thing where it swapped back to... It might have. Hang on. In the final moments, I am not allowed to play the game. Yeah, why are you doing this to me? You know, why do you not like me, controller? What do you mean, no? Is it seriously gonna, at the end here, tell me no? Okay, there we go. Perfect. And just as the devs intended, no mouths in the final cutscene. All is right with the world. Oh. Hang on a second. Okay, no, it's not yet. Shh, here, we don't spoil that part yet. That's a secret. Excuse me, how did Goombella use that teleporter? Last time I checked, that's a credits, or sorry, a title warp. Title screen warp. How did you get there? Oh, also, you can tell which theme Reed replaced the basic battle, or the, like, for the mini-boss battle theme. It was Mario's house. Because, I hear boss music. And then, that's it. I'm not going to sit here and sit through the credits because I can't be bothered, but that is Hero Mode, beaten and completed. And with Hero Mode getting its rename to Shadow of Power and getting kind of overhauled from the ground up, that, Hero Mode, I guess you could say Hero Mode, like, this version that I'm playing is basically it at its, like, finished. You had a couple of hot fixes, but with the blue pipes being removed, the only way to get your sequence up was removed. But yeah, Hero Mode its final version is beatable. I don't know. There's something about that that's really cool. It kind of feels like a nice send-off for Hero Mode as it's getting renamed and redone. It's like, okay, We found a way to break hero mode. We found a way to beat it. I mean, wow. I don't know. It's really nice. It's nice that hero mode got its send off. I don't know. There's definitely like there was a lot of team effort in. There was it was a big team effort in discovering all the glitches that were done here. A lot of them, there were a good number of them that I had found myself, but heroes helped along the way. We've had like CGM and Bumble and a lot of other Discord users who don't chat around as often, who have offered suggestions and just kind of stuck around and been there too while trying to discover things. Reed's even pitched in a couple of times. He's the one who at least he helped give assistance in the idea for the Chapter 8 Palace skip. It was a big combination of us who were talking about it and trying to figure it out. But there's just, I don't know, there was a bunch of people responsible for this being beatable. And I don't know, I think it's kind of cool that the community was able to come together and this is the end product of it. V3 glitch to beat the game. I don't know about that, Hero. I hate to say it. That's a different beast because you don't have super boots, so ground pounding isn't a thing. And the only... I don't know. That would be a rough one. Yeah, but V1, V2, and V4 were all possible, even though V1 is lost media, and V2 is... Maybe also, I don't know if V2 exists, like, other than on people's computers anymore. But I don't know if Reed even has it. But there's one more funny thing I can show off here. One more just little thing of interest. One last thing to show off. Hero low-key spoiled it just a little bit, but that's fine. Because it's honestly so funny. So, you'll see all the crystal stars except for one. But we go back in. We ride the boat. Goombella does her thing. You'd think, oh, hey, all the partners, everything. So yeah, I'm definitely in post-game now, right? No, I'm back to pre-Chapter 3. Because of the credits warp on the blimp that's normally supposed to send you back to Chapter 3, you end up in this weird situation where... I don't even know how to explain. Basically, since the credits warp is a pre-Chapter 3 state, the actual credits also sends you back to pre-Chapter 3. Thus, and you'll even notice the barrels that were here got reset because the room's no longer loaded in that way. Like, it's back to the pre-Chapter 3 state. So yeah, all those glitches I just did to beat the demo, I could try to do them again, but the thing is, some of the flags, now that they're set, won't trigger. So it's one of those things where if I wanted to try to beat the game again, I'd have to find a couple of new things to get through, and I don't feel like doing that. But, yeah, hero mode is beatable and beaten. So until we get a Shadow of Power demo to try to break wide open, even though Reed insists it won't be, I will see about that. Yeah, that is hero mode. Done, complete, beaten. I don't really know if there's anything else to add. I just think it's really cool that a couple of things. There were 3 things I'd say that in tandem break the game. Normal paper mode, which, by itself not a big deal. But plain mode anywhere. Those two, paper mode and plain mode letting you clip through walls. And then the badge menu letting you turn Peach into Mario. That those 3 things are what break the game wide open. But yeah, I think with that, I think I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired. With hero mode done, I have absolutely no idea. Oh, we've beaten the game. We've done Luigi C, Triple Pain, and Luigi C plus Trip. Yeah, I was gonna say that's. I mean, hero mode is solved basically. That's the best way to put it. Hero mode is solved completely and totally. The only thing you can't do is walk out of the Sanctum with a Chapter 6 star. But even then, it's only sort of. There's a glitch called Star Shot, which you can half grab it. It doesn't complete the chapter, but it lets you pick it up. So it's silly. So I guess if you wanted to do that, you could technically kind of sort of beat it, I think. But yeah, no, until Shadow of Power comes out, we are this is where hero mode, you know, this is the end of hero mode. We've done all there is to do. And I don't know, again, I think it's really cool that right as Reed starts making big progress in Shadow of Power, you know, overcoming a lot of those big hurdles. I think it's cool that we found a way to just to really solve the game completely and totally. But yeah, unless anyone has any final thoughts and, you know, wants to say anything, again, I have not made dinner yet. I came home from work, showered, and then said I'm beating hero mode. So, if any of y'all got anything to say, now's the time. Bro, yeah, I know. Listen, I wanted to do this. I wanted to stream the hero mode thing, because, I don't know, just having it in video form I think will be cool. Because now it's documented, you know, it's there. There's no taking that away now. There's no forgetting about it. It's there forever, and I think that's really cool. All right, looks like that's it. So, hope you all have a good night. I don't know when I'm gonna end up streaming tomorrow. I might get, you know, ask for some opinions and see what's what, but yeah, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one.